To arrive in Venice is to step into a dream. It is a city that simply shouldn't exist, a shimmering mirage conjured from the lagoon. No roaring cars, no tarmac roads, just the gentle lapping of water against ancient stone. The air sings with the chime of church bells and the melodic calls of the gondoliers. Palaces in shades of terracotta, rose and gold line the Grand Canal, their foundations dipped in the teal-green water. It is utterly breathtakingly magical. I remember my first visit as though I'd walked onto a film set, too perfect to be real. This is La Serenissima, the most serene republic. But beneath this serene surface, a deep and troubling secret stirs. The very water that gives Venice its life is now its greatest threat. To truly understand Venice, one must travel back in time. Imagine a world of chaos, empires crumbling, barbarian hordes sweeping across the land. People on the Italian mainland were terrified, desperate for a safe haven. They looked to the most inhospitable place they could find, the marshy, muddy islands of the Venetian lagoon. It was a brilliant, if utterly mad, idea. The early Venetians were pioneers of engineering. They drove thousands upon thousands of wooden stakes, alder, oak, larch. They hammered them down through the soft layers until they hit the much harder, compressed clay below. This forest of petrified wood created a solid foundation. They literally built their world on stilts, a city floating on an underwater forest. The streets became canals, the cars became boats. Life was dictated by the rhythm of the water, the rise and fall of the tides. This isolation fostered a fierce independence and unique identity. The Venetians became master seafarers, shrewd merchants, a maritime republic bridging east and west. Their wealth was poured back into the city, transforming it into the architectural jewel we see today. Today, the historic struggle has taken on a frightening new dimension. The phenomenon of acqua alta, or high water, has always been part of life in Venice. For generations, Venetians knew that during autumn and winter, a combination of high tides and strong winds would push the Adriatic into the lagoon, causing minor flooding. It was manageable, but something has changed. The floods are no longer just seasonal inconveniences, they are becoming more frequent, more severe, and more unpredictable. Climate change is the undeniable culprit. As global sea levels rise, the baseline water level in the lagoon gets higher. Even a normal high tide can now cause flooding that once required a major storm. The city built to escape danger on land is being cornered by the sea. In November 2019, the city saw its worst flood in over 50 years, with tides surging to catastrophic levels. The world watched as the crypt of St. Mark's Basilica flooded, only the second time in history. A stark, terrifying wake-up call. Despite the constant threat, or perhaps because of it, the spirit of the Venetians is a truly remarkable thing to witness. They are not victims, they are survivors. They possess a resilience woven into their being, passed down through generations. For them, this is not a tourist attraction in peril. It is their home, their life, their heritage. When the sirens wail to warn of impending acqua alta, there is no panic. Shopkeepers calmly install their flood barriers. Residents pull on their colorful knee-high rubber boots as a matter of course. Children splash their way to school, laughing as they navigate the flooded alleyways. There is a sense of community, everyone being in it together. The gondoliers, those iconic symbols of Venice, embody this spirit perfectly. They are the keepers of the city's soul. They navigate the canals with effortless grace, their knowledge encyclopedic. They continue to sing their songs, to share their stories, to ferry lovers and dreamers through the liquid streets. Their presence is a defiant declaration that Venice's heart still beats strong. Venice is so much more than just a beautiful city. It stands today as a magnificent, heartbreaking symbol, both a wonder of human history and a stark, urgent warning for our planet's future. The crisis here is not isolated. The rising seas that threaten St. Mark's Square are the same rising seas that threaten Miami, New York, Shanghai. The battle being fought here with the Meuse barriers is a battle that will soon need to be fought on shores all over the world. Venice is simply on the front line. This duality makes a visit here incredibly profound. You are caught between awe and anxiety. One moment lost in timeless beauty, the next confronted by stark reality. It forces you to contemplate our relationship with the natural world. Can we continue to ignore the warnings written so clearly in the water stains on these ancient walls? Venice's survival depends not just on sea walls and floodgates, but on worldwide commitment to addressing the root causes of climate change. As the sun sets over the lagoon, casting golden light on the domes and bell towers, the city seems to hold its breath. In these quiet moments, as the day trippers depart, you can truly feel the soul of Venice. It is a city of ghosts and echoes, of immense beauty and profound sadness. You think of the generations who built this impossible dream, who lived and loved and fought for it. And you look at the people here today who continue that fight with quiet dignity. Their dedication is born of a love deeper than the canals themselves. They are not just fighting for buildings, they are fighting for identity, for the right to continue living where their ancestors built from mud and water. This fight raises a question that travels far beyond the lagoon. What makes a place worth fighting for? What would you do if your home were threatened with extinction? And so, I ask you, would you fight for it? Would you pull on your boots and face the rising water? Would you pour your heart and soul into defending the place you love, as the Venetians do every single day? It is the most important question Venice asks of us, because in their struggle to save their drowning city, they show us what it truly means to love a place. And they challenge us to find that same courage to protect the treasures in our own lives before they too are lost to the tide.